I have learned that while you can't control what happens in life, you can control how you react. And for us, that means reaching into our medicine cabinets. Not the one you might be thinking of exactly. I'm referring to your kitchen, your pantry, and your refrigerator, and your freezer, because they can hold the answer to your overall well-being. Hi, I'm Maria, otherwise known as the Fit Foodie. I'm a chef, holistic nutritionist, author, inventor, and mom. And I want to welcome you to my podcast. It's called Recipes for Your Best Life. And with every episode, I'm peeling back the onion on fitness, nutrition, health, wellness, and family. The truth is, you're the chef of your life. And for every important pillar, there's a great recipe worth sharing. So every week, we'll explore them together. Think of it as food for thought that you can really sink your teeth into. So join me, and let's squeeze the joy out of this life, because you only get one. Can I get a fork, yeah? It's officially spring, y'all. Yes, it's time to take off the heavy sweaters, the coats, shed a little bit of maybe some excess weight, and do a little spring cleaning from the inside out. And the benefits of a nutrient-rich approach to eating, which it is National Nutrition Month, can be enormously beneficial. And the beautiful part of all that is that those foods are delicious too. In this podcast episode, I'm going to dive into the 6 core categories of foods that fill your plate and how they can contribute to the whole amazing being that is you. When you take care of yourself, and I guarantee this because I've experienced it and taught it and seen the results firsthand, you not only shine, but you reflect that light, and then you can take care of everyone around you. It really is so important to put the oxygen mask on yourself. And by approaching your plate from these different categories, then you make sure you're feeding the whole you. So let's just dive in. Have you ever wondered, is rinsing my produce with the water that comes out of the sink that I don't even drink enough to really clean it? Well, then you're one of the smartest people I know, because you're absolutely right. It's not enough. That's why we created the only all-natural and patented line of food wash and wipes, and it's called Eat Cleaner. It's tasteless, odorless, and lab tested, and it removes up to 99.9% of the residue that water can't, including pesticides, wax, soil, and junk that can carry bacteria that can really make you sick. Plus, we formulated it to help extend the shelf life of your fresh produce too, and that'll save you money. When your berries are lasting up to 10-12 days, you know that's a good thing. It helps your produce last up to 5 times longer using a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. So there's no chemicals. It's just clean eating fun. And this can help save your family an average of over $500 per year. Make it easy on yourself, reduce waste, and get that fruit and veggies into your body, where it's going to do you a lot of good and not in the trash. Check us out, eatcleaner.com, or head to our Amazon store at amazon.com/eatcleaner. Number 1, FiberRich Foods. Researchers at the University of Manchester found that one of the most significant ways to improve mood and to just keep the whole system moving is with a fiber and veggie-rich diet, especially in women. Fiber-rich foods can come in the form of grains like oats, amaranth, millet, and spelt, which also happen to be gluten-free. And they help you feel fuller longer and faster. And they have tremendous heart health benefits. Add the wonders of non-starchy veggies, and you have a match made in blissful heaven. Vegetables help to alkalize your diet. And the pursuit of homeostasis in our bodies is the ultimate goal. It's that balance. Remember, we studied that back in biology in high school. That Homeostasis is what also brings emotional well-being. And you can get that by filling up on foods like Swiss chard and kale and Brussels sprouts, bell peppers, asparagus, cucumbers, collard greens, red leaf lettuce, microgreens, cabbage, and bok choy. Those are all great choices. And those leafy greens are great sources of calcium, which allows the body to synthesize vitamin D. So important. You know, most people in the United States are vitamin D deficient. And it's really important to balancing a healthy brain. If you are wondering about vitamin D, make sure you listen to the prior podcast episode, which I interviewed Dr. Johnny Bowden, and we talked about what he calls the vitamin D disgrace and how it is a simple thing that we all need to fix to optimize our health and to boost our immunity. I'm a big fan of sea veggies also, which are a great source of fiber. And they are a great source of fiber and protein, whether you're leading a plant-based existence or you're an omnivore. Adding them to your lineup also contributes natural collagen, and that helps your joints, your skin, your hair, your nails. I mean, it keeps the whole system moving. So there's a lot of ways to get fiber-rich foods into your diet and onto your plate, whether you're grain-free or vegan or any other modified diet. Number 2, plant fat-rich foods. The power of the humble nut and seed is endless. Not only are they a high energy snack and a great way to add flavor and texture to meals, they're a great source of fiber too, which helps your metabolism and digestive function like we just talked about. They're packed with antioxidants, so they're a great source of those, and also omega-3 fatty acids. You get zinc, you get magnesium, you get essential vitamins like B and E, which are great for your skin and your nerves. And they're also a wonderful way to stay satiated between meals so you don't get the hangries. That means your blood sugar is staying consistent. Remember what I just mentioned, homeostasis is the goal. You don't want to spike or let your blood sugar dip. And that's where plant-rich foods can come into the fray, especially fatty foods. I like to keep a variety of nuts and seeds at my disposal in my kitchen, add them into salads, combine them with spices, and toast them in the oven or in a pan. I also make nut butters and even desserts with nuts and just dark cocoa, at least 70%. I like 80% or more cocoa. And that way you can enjoy just a little sweetness with the fat. And that really is the magic of being able to achieve satiety. That makes you feel satisfied, and that feeds your hormones, makes you happy. I talk a lot about the benefits of fat fillers in my book. So you'll find several recipes in there using nuts and seeds too. Number 3 is antioxidant-rich foods. Now, supporting a healthy cell environment is critical for not only overall mental well-being, but also for fighting infection and boosting your immunity. When they say make lemons out of lemonade, did they realize that that would lift your mood and help to prevent getting sick too? I mean, what a great side effect. The scent of citrus adds a really nice little kick in your step, but you'll also reap the benefits of alkalizing your body and purging toxins to help your feel-good hormones stay balanced. Now, strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries are great choices when it comes to antioxidant-rich foods, and they're pretty widely available. If you can't find them fresh, certainly get them frozen. And you can enjoy them on their own, or you can blend them into smoothies, throw them into your breakfast bowls or your oatmeal or your cooked quinoa bowl. Sprinkle a few berries over the top of your chia seed pudding, for example, which I have a great recipe for that in the book, a blueberry vanilla chia seed pudding with almonds. So yummy. And spring is the perfect time to find fresh berries. Just make sure you wash them with Eat Cleaner. Yes, just make sure you wash all your produce with Eat Cleaner, but especially those berries, because They're usually picked and packed in the field. And when they're packed, they're not rinsed even. And we know that water is not a cleanser anyway, but they're not even rinsed. So you really want to make sure that they're washed thoroughly. And maybe the best news ever, one of the most important antioxidant-rich foods is chocolate. Products made with at least 70% unsweetened cacao can offer a huge boost in your antioxidant power there. And also it's got magnesium and lots of other minerals that will give you a little kick in your step. And not too many people I know will say no to a good dark chocolate. And with that, I got to give a shout out to my very, very dear friend who makes bean to bar chocolate. His brand is Nibby's. Make sure you check them out on Instagram, Nibby's Chocolate. He buys the beans, roasts them, processes them, and turns them into the most delicious 2-ingredient chocolate you have ever tasted. So let my friend Misho know you heard it from me, but really worth checking out. Number 4 is probiotic rich food. When they say that your gut knows, I mean, they really mean it. The gut knows everything, and not just that gut feeling about things, but the health of the gut, where 70 to 80% of your immunity lies, really wags the tail of overall health. So the fitter your microbiome, the happier your overall well-being, and the better your ability to fight infection and disease. But here's the clincher. It's not just about good bacteria. According to the National Institute of Health, the gut microbiome diversity is really important. So having that diverse gut bacteria is strongly associated with mood-relating behaviors, including major depressive disorder. And that lack of diversity can also cause all kinds of digestive issues, leaky gut and Crohn's disease, and a lot of the syndromes that we're seeing nowadays when your gut isn't in check. Now, you can get a range of probiotics in the form of different foods like kefir or Lebni, which is a strained yogurt. I have a great recipe for that, by the way, on the website right now at eatcleaner.com that I just developed. And that is a Mediterranean stuffed chicken breast, with a mushroom lemon Lebni sauce. And if you don't eat chicken, guess what? You can have that same sauce on your fermented tempeh. You can do it with just veggies. It is so delicious. You'll just want to eat it on everything. But Greek yogurt, pickled vegetables like sauerkraut and kimchi, fermented soy products like natto, miso, tempeh, and of course, one of my favorites, raw apple cider vinegar, and derivative products like kombucha, just as long as there's not a lot of sugar added, are great choices. Because sugar defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose of probiotics because the gut will feed on that sugar, and that is the opposite of what it needs. And you can also take supplements to help boost your microbiome health. I'm not mad at that option. Just make sure that the supplements that you're taking have a wide variety of probiotics. And I personally take Garden of Life. I take their 100 billion probiotic product. It works really well for me. I have not had any kind of gut problems like I used to have, and I used to have a lot of them. So that definitely helps to round out, but not replace, a good diet. Number 5 is omega-3 rich foods. So fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines that are also rich in calcium can be a delicious and nutritious addition to your eating plan for feeding your brain and your mood. These fish options are rich in essential fatty acids, and those are the ones that the body cannot make itself, but are needed for all of these hormones. And we need them for cortisol, we need them for dopamine and serotonin, and keeping all of those hormones in check. We want to lower cortisol and we want to increase serotonin, y'all, and dopamine. That's the balance that we're looking for. And I'll tell you, I don't mind stocking up on canned seafood because By and large, they're all wild-caught options, which are better because the food is eating what nature intended. And those are convenient to keep on hand because they're affordable and they're shelf-stable and they're easy to incorporate into meals. I have a wonderful recipe